Joining me now from the UK is Rosa Freedman, a Professor of Law, Conflict and Global Development at Reading University. Thank you very much again for your time, Professor Freedman. How legitimate is this UN intervention and who exactly is supporting such a move?
Well, let's be clear. The UN Security Council voted with 13 voting in favour and 2 abstentions from Russia and from China for this force. But it will be a separate force, not a UN peacekeeping or stabilisation force. And that's really important to understand, that while it will be funded and while it has been approved by the Security Council, it will not be a UN force. And the big questions to ask are why it won't be. A key reason really is that the UN time and again has intervened in Haiti and has failed in those interventions, including in accountability for the cholera epidemic, for sexual exploitation and abuse, and for use of force in human rights violations. So this is a very different intervention to the ones that we've seen previously.
Now, it will be led by Kenya, and there have been concerns raised about the level of capability by Kenyan police forces. Are they indeed up to the job?
Well, the starting point is that there are grave allegations about human rights violations by the Kenyan police forces. Kenya offered to intervene in the summer of this year, and that offer was rejected. What we know is that over the last 20 years, there have been calls for support for Haitian police forces to be better trained and better equipped so that Haiti can actually have its own institutional police force to fight this gang violence and to fight against all forms of crime in the country. We know that the Kenyan police force will speak in English and in Swahili, and that the languages in Haiti are French and Creole with maybe a smattering of Spanish. That's obviously going to impact the type of work that the Kenyan police force can do on the ground. But as I say, there are also grave sort of allegations about human rights violations by that police force in Kenya itself, which leads to really difficult questions around accountability if those violations were to occur on the ground in Haiti.
So who stands to benefit the most by this intervention?
Well, certainly when a country deploys peacekeepers or police officers abroad, they benefit politically. It gives them a seat at the table of power within the United Nations. And of course, they benefit economically. There's been talk of about $100 million going to Kenya for these 1,000 police officers to go out on the ground in Haiti. We also know that the political elites in Haiti will benefit. They have called for an intervention of some form. They've asked the UN. They've been in discussions with Kenya. And in many ways, it allows them to abdicate responsibility for addressing the gang violence that is occurring on the ground. It also allows a cover-up of why this gang violence has been allowed to happen and the role of the political elites in the spread of the gang violence over the recent months. The US certainly also will benefit from this because the US has been calling for intervention after intervention in Haiti for many, many decades. And this allows it to take forward that foreign policy of intervening in the politics of this small island state.
You mentioned there that maybe one option would be training local police force, but the degree of lawlessness in the country means something drastic had to be done. Keeping in mind that time is of the essence, in your opinion, what would have been the best way of quickly restoring law and order in the country?
Well, for many years, Haitian people have been calling for Haitian solutions to Haitian problems. And the starting point would be to have free and fair elections that were monitored internationally and allow Haitians to choose to determine who governs over them, rather than this being constant interference from the outside over the politics of the country. The second point would be to arm and train the police force and to give them the equipment and the expertise necessary. Now, that might be to have other police forces supporting them. You talked about Canada. There are many countries that would deploy police officers to support and to grow the police force in Haiti, much as there are many trainings of Ukrainian soldiers by European countries that we know are currently going on to support the capacity of a country to be able to address the problems within its own sovereign state. But sending Kenyan police officers who do not speak the language, who do not know about the history, the politics, the culture, and of the society in Haiti clearly is not the right option.
Professor Freedman, thank you again for your time.
Thank you.